Hi, Coach. Congrats on the result. You shifted a little bit throughout the game, including you had a three-back. I don't know if you noticed at one point you had a three-back of Emily's.
I didn't notice that, but
Yeah.
yes, we definitely had a back three.
But just wondering your evaluation of the team's ability to adapt between the halves and also to shift formationally like that.
As I've said all along in this last week, it's going to be choppy. I thought the first half was slow from us, from everything, just the way we moved the ball, to the way we pressed, to the lack of movement. But listen, I've said this, there's players that maybe get in a first start or you're putting new connections together and it takes time. So my job is to develop and win all at once. And I got to half-time and there was always going to be changes, maybe not at the half necessarily, but I felt it was important. People are paying to come out and watch us play and I want to make sure we perform. So second half, much, much better from us. And then I took Kruger off. She had a sort of a return to play protocol anyway, so that forced my hand. But I felt that going through at the back had to be responsible because they got a lot of pace on the front line, but it also gave us an extra body higher to be more aggressive. And I thought second half we kept the ball better, our connections were closer together. Maybe we didn't play the ball in behind enough, especially when Emma Sears came on. But I thought the players that came into the game really added a lot of value, and overall I'm pleased to see just a lot of different players.
Emma, how would you assess the young players who got their chance tonight and how they adapted, and particularly the impact that Emma Sears had?
Yeah, I think once again you're seeing with Alyssa Thompson, she's growing into the shirt. I thought she came in again. She took the responsibility as a wing back when she, halfway through the second half and did that really, really well. She's tenacious both sides of the ball. I think Emma Sears was direct in what she was doing. Sometimes I feel as a team we get stuck on the outside and I don't want always to play big crosses in from them areas, but like I said, there's a lot of new players coming in. I felt that sometimes the game looked like that, but the young players, again, showing the depth that we are creating. And Emma Sears has got a debut, an assist, a goal. Emily Sam's also her debut today, so super happy, but equally happy for Lynn Williams to come into the game. Her and Lindsay, I thought, did a tremendous job second half, and happy for them to get their goals.
Yeah. With Emma Sears coming on the second half and getting her first goal and assist in the same game, I guess does it maybe make it easier in any way for a young player making their first national team appearance to just come into the game in a situation like that where you're an attacking player and the team needs a goal?
I think the young players were pretty nervous today. I could feel that in the warm up. They know that I'm gonna give opportunities, but also this is their dream, and the last thing they want to do is let themselves down. And I think for me the big message is, and I said it at the beginning, I said at half time, they're good enough to be here, they deserve to be here, and they just got to be their best selves when they play. And I'm not the sort of coach who, listen, I play to win, but I recognise that to develop, you're going to have choppy times with that. And I'm pleased with the whole squad effort because it's not always. I want us to start better, but how we ended for me is another sign of the belief that we can come back from any situation. They are 13th in the world. I think they are a very well organised team and tough to break down. So to come from behind, I think showed great character.
You kind of answered my question a little bit just now, but if I'm not mistaken, tonight is the first time since you've taken over that your team has trailed. How do you feel that your players responded to this particular bit of new adversity?
Yeah, I think it's an important step. I said that when it went in. I said this will be a good test for us, and I said to the team at half time, I expect us to play with more urgency, but be patient too. The last thing you want to do is get too stressed. There's another second half to play, and I don't want us to lose our composure. And I felt like we pushed second half without losing those things. And I'm not someone who's going to lose that myself. So I know that lots of things can happen in a football match, and we performed the way we should do second half and took our goals well. So I'm really, really happy with that part.
Emma, what are the improvements that you see on the whole window, both games, Austin and here, that you're more pleased with?
Well, I'll have to say for today, learning to come from behind and having the belief to do that and having the depth to do that. And when you play against top teams, you might have 60 minutes where it's really, really cagey. But when you go to your bench and you bring players in, you want to be able to take that up a notch. And I think we've demonstrated in both games that we can go to the bench and bring depth in. So probably those two things for me.
Going online to Jonathan. Go ahead, JT.
Thanks, Aaron. Hi, Emma. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I realize you've taken a bunch of questions about Emma Sears already, but I
Yeah.
want to ask another if you don't mind.
No problem.
Given the state of the game at the point in time when she came in, what did you see from her as she was getting ready to go in, and any outward emotions that might have been in her at that point that you could tell? And for you as the manager to see her capitalize on that scoring chance in a sort of a flash moment play. It was a one-touch shot, very quick thing. How rewarding was it for you to see that from her?
Yeah, I mean, I saw when she came and she had a big smile on her face. She looked really relaxed to me. Whether she was or not, I don't know, but she looked really relaxed, and I just said to her, enjoy it. You know, this is the debut for the women's national team. Like, it doesn't get much better than that for some of these girls. So I thought what I liked about her was intention. She'd turn, she'd face up, she'd go forward, she'd play forward. Her first touch on the ball, she got us into the corner and got something out of it. And I liked her intention, her positivity. As I said, I think she's had a brilliant campaign in the NWSL. So I can see already her professional habits in everything she does is something I've really noticed from her. So really happy for her tonight.